Can I just sit in your lap?
Gus, just bake it till you make it.
Yeah. Fan questions? I feel like that's always the good fallback.
There we go.
An hour of fan questions.
What So I missed. Obviously, I was out down here, so I missed Game Club. What's next week's Game Club game?
Oh, you're gonna like this,
your
Gus.
pick.
This is your choice. It's Massive Chalice.
Oh, good. I played the shit out of that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
I just started it.
It's interesting. It's kind of like XCOM, but there's also an even more macro game. Like the game is supposed to take place over the course of 300 years. So not only do you play with your people, but you breed them and play with their children. So it's like, oh, this house, it's kind of like Game of Thrones. Like, oh, that house has good archers.
He didn't mean play with their children. He meant
that house has good melee people. I'm going to combine their houses and their children.
Oh, so instead of like lands, you're looking for skills.
Right. And at the end, you get a Dachshund. Dachshund.
A dachshund? Like a weenie dog?
Yes.
Oh.
Because it's, like wolf to dachshund.
Oh. You don't actually... Why would you tease me? You don't actually get a dachshund.
Out of all the breeds, that's the one you pick?
Well, look at it.
He knows I love them.
I actually didn't know you were that.
She's
got
one.
That doesn't mean you love them. That can mean you like it less.
I've got a dog. I don't necessarily love it.
You have children. You're like, I like them less now.
You know, once we picked this game out for Game Club, I started getting a lot of like really weird tweets. There was no context to them. Just like start like making sex slaves really quickly, and make sure you have this, this, and this in these places. And I was like, what the hell is this all about? It's like, and then I finally figured out that it was tips for Massive Chalice. But in the meantime, like, you guys freaky.
Yeah, all the players, all the different like characters that you have doing your combat, they have different stats. Like, they're good. This one's good at archery. This one's good at whatever. One of their stats is their fertility. Oh. It's like, oh, she's fertile. She's gonna be popping out babies like crazy.
Prime. She's in prime and fertile.
Yeah, and so it has like kind of creepy aspect to it. From that, it's like, oh, like she's really fertile, but God, the only guy available right now is like a 75-year-old dude. I'll let them bang for a few years and he'll die, and then hopefully I'll have another guy.
New consort.
Yeah, who can come in.
It's called Does That Actually Happen to Women, the game. Okay, no, I get it. It's cool. All right, uncomfortable women jokes, it's fine.
Well, hey, welcome to the patch panel at RTX.
Video game.
Ow!
Today featuring
Gus.
Ryan.
Oh, I should have sat on that side, Meg.
Oh, yes, we messed it up finally.
No. Switch.
Meg.
Now we got it.
No, you start.
There we go. Ashley.
Meg.
Ryan.
Yeah!
And Gus.
We did it.
You got in there twice. I did too.
Yeah, you did.
I'm at Gus level.
I'm unhappy about that.
Thanks.
That one person's very proud of you.
It's just like I always dreamed.
I feel like I'm a little. It's been an intense RTX. I'm feeling a little woozy.
You look old, yeah.
Greg Miller hit me over the head with a bottle earlier.
Yeah, it's not just RTX.
Is
it's that you got hit with a bottle.
And
he's been probably waiting to do that for ages.
He told me it was a stunt bottle, which it was, but he hit me really hard with it.
You should never. Wait, did you know it was going to happen, or was it like
No,
surprise?
I agreed to it. He asked me when I was drunk, and I was like, yeah, that's great.
That's a good idea.
And then when we get there, we're ready to go. Like, oh no, this is not a good idea.
Had you not seen the footage of Gavin doing it to Dan?
No.
He literally Dan's ear is disfigured from where he sliced down the top of Dan's ear with it was like a stunt bottle.
Yeah, because they're made with sugar.
Sugar.
Right? But sugar cuts, man.
Deliciously lethal. I mean, it either gets you with the sharp edge or it gets you in a few years with the diabetes, one way or the other.
Do you think if you use like a sugar weapon, like a sugar shiv, this is the Laura Croft is going to learn this, right? Oh. Like, is it like an ice bullet where it leaves no trace? Because what your body just processes the sugar.
Are you eating it? Like, you shank somebody and then you're like, oh, and you eat all the evidence?
It makes the blood so sweet.
Yeah, that'd be really weird. Like, oh, it's, I don't really like sugar, but when it's covered in other people's blood.
So good.
Yeah, something about that.
You could just I guess run it underwater. That's not as exciting.
It's just gonna melt it though, right?
Yeah.
That'll take the edge off.
Yeah, absolutely, and then you eat it again.
I think people got killed by those cavities from the old Crest commercials, like make holes in teeth and people.
Nom, nom.
I'm the ones that saw those. It's okay.
When did we start talking about
video
killing
games?
People?
We went off track a little bit, didn't we?
Absolutely.
Well,
we started off track.
So I did get to play. I'm gonna interrupt you. I just got to play Rainbow Six Siege.
I was gonna bring that up. Yeah,
out on center stage. It's really fun.
Now, what did you play?
We played
Terrorist Hunt or the Versus?
We played Terrorist Hunt,
okay.
but which is like the PvE mode.
Yes.
Like it was 5 people versus 5 AI characters.
Which I believe this is one of their first showings of that mode.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's really a lot of fun. One of the thing I was most excited about was the destructible environments. I hadn't played it before a while ago, so I'm super excited about it still. One of the things I was most excited about was the destructible environments and really trying to see how destructible it was. And it was neat. Like a terrorist tried to shoot through a wall to shoot me, so I shot him back through the hole he created in the wall. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like that hole wasn't there a little while ago, and now someone died because of it.
You said but most importantly, somebody else.
Somebody else.
Yes.
Right.
You said that you were wondering how, you were mostly focused on how destructible the environments were, so I fully pictured you just beating down a wall and everyone's hunting terrorists, and you're like, oh, I made a hole over here, but you were actually using it to further the game.
I was trying to build backstory for my character. There wasn't. We don't know what the story is, right? I mean, they haven't unveiled that, but my teammates were like, let's go up on the roof and rappel down. I said, I think my character's afraid of heights. So I don't think he wants to go on the roof. And they were like, well, no, we have to go on the roof. I was like, okay, I'm telling you, I've got a bad feeling about this. We get up on the roof, and I immediately fell off. And I was like, it was just his prophecy. He knew it.
I would like to point out that you are controlling this character.
No. He fell off. I did not walk off the edge.
I did not.
He fell off.
Absolutely not.
So was this in a house? I remember the first demos they showed of Rainbow Six was terrorist versus counter-terrorist, and it was basically a hostage situation in a house. Was this also housey?
This was not a house. This was a French consulate. So, it's like a house in that it has walls and stairs and stuff, but it's just like different decoration.
Okay.
The class I was playing actually, in terms of demolition, had a giant sledgehammer that you could walk up to certain walls or doors and just knock them clear out of the way.
What do you think? What do you think the chances are of us getting like a Rainbow Six remodeling DLC?
It's like a new show on HGTV. Rainbow Six Your House.
Don't you have to have like a twin brother or something?
Will you win the $100,000?
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
I just thought it was really interesting that each team member has something different. So you need people sometimes to sledge in the door, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever your item is, you might be needed. So you actually encourages this teamwork.
And our team leader happened to be Jeff. He was the one carrying the diffuser, which is you had to bring a diffuser to the bombs and diffuse them, which, by the way, I felt a little dumb because for the longest time I was like, why are we taking an incense product to all these things? I didn't. I honestly made that mistake.
Your wife has done so well. You're incense products.
I'm carrying the duvet cover.
I have the Febreze, yes. So wait, if a person dies, the diffuser character dies, do you pick up the diffuser?
They just drop it on the ground and somebody has to pick it up. So the very first round we're going through it, and it was Jeff, Jack, and I, and then 2 of the people that worked in the booth. And we all are going down through the garage area, and Jeff is on the roof for some reason.
Again, Gus.
Gotta avoid the roof.
Your character is very upset by this.
He actually did okay until he dropped the diffuser and we lost the round horribly. We also tried it on hard and realistic.
I did that too.
How'd it go for you?
We almost defused the first bomb on realistic.
I think we got through the first bomb on hard thanks to the people that were in the booth.
Yeah. We had a miscommunication on hard where we had defused the first bomb and we were on our way to the second one. And one of my teammates who was on point said, all right, I had the shield. I was playing the big shield guy, so I had to take point. So she said, Gus, head out into the next room and go left. I said, okay. And I started walking straight. And she said, no, left. I was like, okay, left. I turned to my left. And she said, no, left. I said, I'm going to the left. I didn't realize there was another door to the left that she wanted me to go into. So I walked into the wrong door, and there was a C4 charge there. And it was just boom, oh, that's it.
Oh, you meant left.
Yeah, she's like, I said go left. I said, I was going left. You gotta be more clear. That's behind.
More left.
That's when possible, make a U-turn.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
At the next terrorist, turn left.
But yeah, and players cannot be the same class or the same character.
No,
basically.
you can.
You can?
Yeah, it shows you if someone has already selected it. Well, I was able to double up one time with the shield guys because I was like, man, I'm sucking really hard as just a guy with a hammer. Maybe I should take something protective. And I died immediately. I went up to the roof, tried to rappel through
fucking roof, man. Stay away from it.
Well, it's just
I never
very
even saw it
realistic
coming.
Because statistically, lots of people fall off roofs, right?
It's true. It's
you
an
looked
unsafe
you were
place.
Statistically, lots of people fall off roofs.
I hear this thing, but it's always anecdotal.
They fall off French consulate roofs. That's the most dangerous kind
all
of roof.
All the time, yeah.
Very, very dangerous roof.
But,
so are they doing the thing here where it's the top teams get to go on to the debut event thing?
Yeah, they're calling it Siege Day, I think.
Oh.
Don't quote me on that. And I think if people didn't see it, they're giving away beta access to all of the attendees. I think it's rtxevent.com/rainbow6, or maybe Rainbow Six Beta. One of those. I don't remember.
Just put a lot of shit into it.
Just start typing.
It doesn't matter. Lemon party, whatever you put it.
There's a game that I learned about when we were discussing that stupid scam game that was impossible to beat. Because this other hardest game ever apparently is this game called Not Prawn. It's a web game. Then it's supposed to be virtually impossible. It's 140 levels, and some of the way you get through the levels is really non-traditional. Like you may go into the address bar and change it from like level 2 to level 3, or go and you have to translate Morse code and then put that in somewhere. But hold on, where are we going with this?
Is this the one that only like 30 people have beaten?
Yeah,
you have to be a graphics designer and
34.
Some of the
Like you have to know HTML and video editing and a whole bunch of like crazy.
It's not a game, that's work.
Some were even guessing.
Yeah, it's like, what if that's someone's job and they're just like offloading their own job to other people and hiding it as a game? Like, file this report. Send a fax to this number.
Get Mr. Peterson's lunch, bring it to this address.
He will give you a code.
It turns out, by the way, that's what Murder at RTX really is. It's like, just get our stuff and carry it around.
It's actually, we killed someone on accident, and we're cleaning up the crime scene over there. Please,
oh, yeah, it's an ARG game.
Whoops.
Use your phone.
These are cops. They're real. Whoops. Run. That's the last clue, is just run.
A sucker.
Thanks for playing and carrying away the evidence.
Sorry.
So I haven't had too much of a chance to walk around the floor, but I'm so happy. Butt Sniffing Pugs is here.
Yeah.
What?
I saw them when I ran by for our thing.
What is Butt Sniffing Pugs?
It's from E3.
Ryan, don't you remember this?
I didn't go to E3.
Oh. Well, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You kept coming to my desk going, am I going to E3?
I was gonna maybe go to E3, and then I didn't go to E3.
Well, it's the best game we saw at E3.
Well, great for you.
Okay. And Gus, I don't feel like you're allowed to like Butt Sniffing Pugs because you hated Hot Date so much.
No, Hot Date was fine. Just
Ryan?
that pug was sassy.
Ryan, just out of curiosity.
Yes.
We need to ask you this because you were not 83. What kind of game do you think Butt Sniffing Pugs is? What do you think it's about?
Oh, that's a great question.
Okay. Butt Sniffing Pugs is a role-playing action game in which you take the part of a breeder at the Kennel Club trying to foster the strongest breed of pug.
Took a left turn at Albuquerque there, kiddo.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, I mean, so we got like role-playing action game kind of.
Really?
Because you're like you're a pug.
Yeah, you are.
You run around. You sniff other pugs' butts.
And when you sniff their butts, you steal their powers.
Right. Each pug has a special power.
So how many pug powers do you need
let's
to become
let's ask another question.
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of powers does a pug have?
Well, the most successful ones, as far as I'm aware, are managed to keep their eyes in socket. That's big for pugs. They like to pop those out.
Okay, so the power of the eyelid.
Yes, power of strong eyelids, the eyelids that could pull a car. Ability to breathe at night because their olfactory system really messed up.
We should never have asked a man who's married to a vet. Like,
Yeah, that was her only advice about the hot date was, oh, man, I wouldn't take it home because pugs snore really bad.
She wouldn't sex the pug because it snores.
Because it snores.
That's the most adorable response to that game.
And it might
Ryan, can we assume that you don't snore then?
Maybe he doesn't that, so she's like, oh, if I could change that, I would have gotten right out of there.
No comment.
I snore terribly.
I don't know if I do or not. I'm never awake for it.
Do you think a pug can upgrade its storage by getting more wrinkles?
Ooh.
Take more.
Or is it like in the curls of the tail?
Yeah, it's not a Shar-Pei. Let's just be serious here. No, the pug powers, and correct me if I'm wrong, Meg, it's been a while since I played. It's barking. Is it growling?
And know that those get things out of areas. Like you walk up to like a bush and bark at it, and something might fall out of the bush.
Like a squirrel, a hobo? What are we talking?
A hot dog?
Yeah, a hot dog. A hot dog came off the hot dog cart.
There are hot dog bushes?
Yeah.
Well, it's near
and
the
you
bush.
can also...
Come on, Ryan. You know about the hot dog bushes.
Dig.
And pee and poop.
Yeah. Peeing and pooping.
That does seem like the kind of the gamut of the pug life. All right.
Here's the thing though. Do you not have those abilities if you don't sniff another pug's butt? Like you just can't poop.
So
yeah, that's your pug just like
Does it have like a sim bar where it's like, oh God, I need to find a pug's butt to sniff that can poop?
Well, basically, it's like you're in a park. It's a 2-player game. So each pug has 2 powers. And you have to go around and take the powers that the other pug has to complete like little objectives in the park. Like you could bark at the tree and get the hot dog out to eat the hot dog. Or
now it's a hot dog tree.
Well, it's a hot dog stand that's near a bush.
Yeah. Can we just point out that your alibi keeps changing?
Yeah. The whole thing's really hazy.
Surprise! This is also Murder at RTX.
But it's actually it's really fun. It's kind of a proof of concept so far. They're still really working on the game. But the real like the best part of the game is the controller that they built for it.
Yes.
It's basically, I got to put my mic up so I can demonstrate.
You have a custom controller.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So this is why butt-sniffing pugs will never come to your home.
It's got a giant tennis ball. It's about this big. And you move around by like going like this. Like you have to go very gently.
I mean, you don't have to do this. You can do like this.
No, you got to do it like this.
You can get little pretty paws.
So it's a trackball?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then on top of it, above it, there's 2 buttons, one for each of your powers. And then when you get up to the pug and you want to sniff its butt, there's a giant pug butt in front of you, and you got to like hit it.
You spank it.
Smack that butt.
What happens to the pug when you steal its power?
Well, it just has it keeps. I think it keeps the power it had originally, or it switches with you.
Yeah, it switches.
It switches with you.
So you only have 2 powers at one time?
Yes. So you're constantly swapping your powers out to try to get the things done you need to get done.
Yeah.
How surreal would it be as a pug to just one day be like, well, I can't smell anything anymore, but I can bark. This is amazing. And then 5 minutes later, you can't do that again. You would go crazy.
You're like, someone must have sniffed my butt while I was asleep.
I knew it. Maybe that's like when a dog just like randomly goes apeshit and you're like, what is its problem? It's like, I can bark now. Bark, 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 because it just randomly got it, yeah.
Maybe that's what happened to every cat ever.
That's all sorts of stuff we don't even know about.
It's a whole second life of pugs.
So you should go check it out if you
yes,
get a chance.
Please. It's over by the Behemoth booth. It's really fun.
And they have the controllers.
Yeah, they're there.
And I have to do this.
Oh, and they have really cute little pug stickers that you get when you play the game. Like a little, like there's one where and there's a photo mode where you take a selfie.
Oh yeah.
And you like get to
deep
pose.
in the butt or. You meant you. Okay.
When Gavin and I, you like the pugs take a selfie. You take it like a screenshot basically. Okay. But when Gavin and I played, he pooped directly. There's a picnic. He pooped directly on the middle of the plate and then took a selfie right next to it. But it does like a little pose.
Yeah, you like that? I did that. Yeah.
It's amazing.
I made this.
We need a patch notes for this panel.
Right. We usually have that.
I was gonna say we talked about butt sniffing pugs. I'm even thinking about something else that was out there. You talked about Behemoth. Crap. Their business cards. The other like really cool thing they did at Butt Sniffing Pugs is when I saw their booth at E3, the way they gave out business cards was it was little doggy bags, like poop bags.
Yeah.
Like little fake poops in it.
There's a big difference between doggy bag and poop bag.
Poop bags. It was poop
bags.
Okay.
Poop bag.
The cleanup bag.
Yes.
So what's in the little poopy bag? Is it like little chocolate treats?
Little fuzzy balls.
Yeah.
I
don't know why, but those were amazing.
Yeah. And then their business card, which I thought was really funny.
And stickers.
Oh, the stickers. That's right for the game. So, yeah.
So good
I think they're really missing an opportunity to hand out chocolate.
They really are, yeah.
Very true.
It might be unappetizing after what you see there.
What?
Or even more appetizing.
Gross.
I especially love that the hot dog gives you diarrhea. Spoiler alert. Get it? You just can't stop pooping everywhere.
If you don't have the power to poop,
it just happens anyway, no matter what. Yeah.
You can't use it for your benefit.
No, it just happens. Like, you can't be like,
what?
Like Gavin was trying to get to the plate and he kept pooping on the way to the plate because he couldn't help it. It was pretty fun.
When we played at E3, the developer was kind of like giving me hints like, oh, you see that hot dog? You can eat it.
Yeah.
And I ate it. Then like my pug got diarrhea. I was like, what happened? Is that because I ate the hot dog? And he was like, well, the hot dog was on the ground. I was like, you told me to eat it. It's like, this happened because of you. I would never have done this otherwise.
My pug is unwell now. It's dehydrated.
Yeah.
It's my doggy Gatorade.
So what is this? This is like beginning of August 8th.
Yep.
So at this point, Metal Gear Solid 5 is less than a month away. For the Phantom Pain's less than a month away. As soon as we're done with RTX, I'm going to play the shit out of Ground Zeroes again.
Isn't it that's going to be really easy? Doesn't that take like an hour?
Yeah, but you can keep replaying it. You can tie balloons to goats.
How many times? That is really funny.
You and animals.
The fact that they also do this.
Yep. And they just fly out of there.
Like, as a goat, that's got to be really confusing.
What was it we were
You're really getting into the animals' minds today.
The fact that you can just attach a balloon to anybody and be like, you're mine now. And then you've got goats wandering around your, what is it? It's like an oil rig. is what it ends up looking like out on the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Just goats.
Why not?
Well, they're starting a society.
Like, I guess that's how we get milk now.
Ooh.
Ew.
Hey, goat cheese is
amazing. We have like a real love of goat cheese.
Oh my god, it's so good, guys.
Goat cheese is good.
Goat cheese is good. Welcome to the goat cheese panel.
Especially
taco.
Are we crossing over into that other hashtag, the patch, like the ones that are always talking about pumpkins and food?
Yeah. During Halloween, like our hashtag is so screwed.
Look, Cooking Mom is a thing.
Oh, better than
That's
Mamu.
true.
We were talking last week. My favorite thing we talked about so far is Tomb Raider. If she just skinned people's faces and then wore them as disguises.
Did you see the Tomb Raider trailer?
No.
You haven't seen the new Tomb Raider trailer?
The guy's mouth was open. He was agog at your comment.
Well, we were talking about in the new Tomb Raider trailer. She's like basically an assassin. It's like a better Assassin's Creed than Assassin's Creed. She like waits for people to like isolate themselves and then just like brutally murders
Attracting
everyone.
them with bottles and shanking violently in the neck.
Yeah.
She's going for blood.
She's gone nuts.
Yeah.
And I love it.
How did that lead to skinning their faces?
We were talking about the dumb ways that you get past guards in Metal Gear. So we were saying maybe she could just take people's faces that she'd murdered and then that would be her disguise.
I love how you're laughing about this.
It was funny, whatever. I had a fun time.
We also discussed the idea of skinning people's faces and putting them on boxes in Metal Gear.
Oh yes. So. Absolutely. That also was discussed.
Tell me you don't think you could see that in a Metal Gear game.
You could do a lot of things with people's faces.
Maybe.
They don't need them anymore.
Yeah, it's gone. They're done using them.
They were bad guys. It's all right. They don't matter.
They were just different guys.
They were ideologically not aligned with us.
Right.
Which makes them bad
Not
guys.
necessarily.
Look, I am the protagonist of the game. Even if I'm a bad guy, I'm still like...
Yeah, we don't think that after seeing the trailer. We feel like Ms.
We're not sure she's the good guy.
Yeah,
she may have gone off the deep end a little bit.
She's gone off the deep end, actually. That's the twist ending. I've ruined it for everyone. She's actually just gone right off the deep end.
She's not even raiding tombs anymore. She's just wrecking up houses.
Yeah.
She's attacking
She's in a Walmart somewhere, just like me.
She's taking down a book club.
She's hiding in little kids' closets waiting to scare them at night.
This is actually the Five Nights at Freddy's crossover game. And you mentioned that it's August, and yes, Metal Gear's coming out, but also Until Dawn is coming out so soon.
When does that come out?
August 25th. It's later this month.
Wow.
Yeah, super excited about it.
Which one's that
Somebody
again?
fact check for us. We can't do it.
Yay.
Normally we can, and
Please.
we can't.
It's the Hayden Panettiere horror game where you have to like make instant choices.
That like have the
scary.
butterfly effect?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so hyped for this game.
It seems weird to me that it would get an August release. If it's like a scary game, you figure like with movies that they kind of stack those towards October. But I guess this October is so packed with many other releases, maybe they're just trying to get out ahead of that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, well, remember, Five Nights at Freddy's 4 was going to release on Halloween. And then it was going to release in August. And then he just went, eh.
Then it just came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was in July.
Yeah, maybe he's going to start a trend.
Not very patient guy, huh?
No.
Put it out.
I finally started playing Five Nights at Freddy's the other week. You know, I was familiar with the game. I'd seen it and watched people play it. I'd never actually played it myself. That game is surprisingly hard.
It's actually really difficult. Yeah, when Gavin and Michael played it for Play Pals, Gavin was so excited to show it to me. We turned off all the lights, like played it. I'm not scared of animatronics. It was the very first Five Nights at Freddy's. I was just like, oh, he was like, oh, it's coming. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just change that camera. Oh, there he is. And Gavin was like so frustrated that I wasn't scared. But then as I watched more of the later games, it gets really twisted. And it has like a kind of a cool storyline. I'm actually excited for the movie.
You know who's terrified of animatronics is Aaron, who voices Blake and Ruby. Fucking terrified.
If you ever want to, if you ever want to,
yeah, you want to freak her out, take her to Chuck E. Cheese.
Is there a story there, or is it just? Do we want to out her like her inner demons?
I have no idea. I just know that that's like one thing that she's always been like. Of the number of things I can't stand, animatronics is at the top of that list.
So strange. I guess I just had so much fun. Hey, Mom, thanks for taking me to Chuck E. Cheese as a kid. I had a good time. I'm just like, yay. Even haunted ones. I'm like, okay.
Well, no, they're fine when they're on, but you know, when the show ends and the curtain closes, if you look
I'm
under
still
there.
Fine with them.
Did you go under there?
I assume not. I feel like this is like my therapist should be asking me this question.
They're under there just reaping the souls of the innocent.
Yeah, I just like the idea that in Five Nights at Freddy's, I guess like they took a whole bunch of little kids and stuffed them in suits, and they didn't find them until way later, and there's just pieces left.
Well, first they murdered them. I think that's important to point out. They weren't just kids like, no, there was that. But it was the murdering part of that.
But it's the putting them in the animal thing that kills them, right?
I think they were dead and then they were stuffed in the suits, right? Is that where you hid the bodies?
Yeah. Lots of nodding heads.
Yes.
Okay. I feel like Meg would just climb in.
Hey guys! God!
She'd just be like, I'm a bear now.
Do we have that in the cylinder of selection?
I'm not sure if we do.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Oh, okay. Maybe something we should
put it in there. Yeah. Well, you're already playing it.
We should put Sunset back in there.
Oh my God, no.
It's the worst game we've ever played.
Please. Why? Oh my God.
Thinking of things.
You finally finished that, didn't you?
I did. Right after the game club, I went back and finished it. I was actually only like 8 minutes shy of finishing it.
I was so bored watching that ending that I just went back to my desk and started working.
I was so mad. Like, you get to the end of Sunset. This isn't. It's a spoiler, but you're welcome.
Not gonna play the game anyway.
I've taken the time for you. You wait for this guy, like I've been flirting with him the whole time, and finally he's like, make your dinner and wait for me. And I'm like, yeah. So I make the dinner. It's presumptuous of him,
What'd you make? Yeah.
I don't even remember. It was like
shrimp?
stew or something.
Stew?
Yeah, some sort of stew.
The most romantic of dinners.
And then
hey, don't knock stew. That shit's delicious.
Who doesn't want to get down after a little bit of stew?
Yep.
Just like suck the gravy off a piece of potato.
Stewing for your loins.
Seems like there's a lot of liquid. It's like being your own waterbed.
Yeah. And then you have to just sit and wait for time to run out, which is really annoying. So you make the dinner, that makes time go a little bit faster. Then you just have to sit there until time is out. And then normally at the end of each day it says the sun is set and I'm going home, and you can't do anything else. It says the sun is set ... Then you can wander around, and the only thing you can do is get in a bed that's upstairs in a hallway because all the rooms are sealed. And so you lay in the cot, and then you wake up the next morning, and there's a big hole in the porch, and then the credits roll. Like, I'm supposed to know what the fuck that means.
There's a what on the porch?
A big hole, like a bombshell hit the porch, and then it's like doo-doo-doo, just like credits out of nowhere.
Right.
The end.
And the game is over.
Hey, baby, come over to my place, make yourself a bowl of stew, then get the fucking bed.
But not the good bed.
Fair.
The cot.
Yes, there are 2 giant bedrooms that you are not allowed access to.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm kind of like, all right, make myself dinner and go to bed. All right, had a good night.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it was a really strange game, and I don't know how it got so many great reviews, and also I regret horribly putting it in the cylinder.
It's art.
It sounds like a great premise. The spy made.
Yeah, but I didn't actually get to spy on anything.
And also none of the choices that you made had any sort of impact. Nope. Even the fact, like, you could make completely opposite choices and then just be like, oh, the exact same thing happened.
Yeah, Ashley and I made opposite choices, and she was like, oh, I think something happened because I did this. And I'm like, wait, I did the other thing. What happened? She was like, oh, they snuck into a thing. I'm like, yeah, my guy too. She's like, son of a bitch.
No game whatsoever.
No. It was awful.
I bet the reviewers played like 5 minutes of it, and they were like, man, I see where they're going with this. This is a great idea.
Well, it's one of those games where it's like trying to, tackle issues of racism and class wars.
Did it?
And, 70s hair, I think. And, like the big stuff. And so I'm sure that, like, it's the kind of game where people want to encourage it because it's like, look, we're growing as a medium and becoming serious art. And forgetting that it's like still a game. It's got to be fun.
Yeah, let's please play. Like, make it playable.
I feel like it should become a standard that when video game outlets review games, they should disclose how much of the game they've played. Some do, but I feel like all should do that.
That's the nice thing about the Steam user reviews is you can see how many hours someone has put into a game. But like when they have a review, like this was the worst game ever. It's like, yeah, you put 5 minutes into it. Mm-hmm. Or if they have like 100 hours in, you can tell how much they've actually got experience with it. So that's always good.
I always love Steam reviews when it's like, these reviews are mostly positive, and it's like thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. I'm like, what happened here? I don't know.
There was a patch somewhere.
It was a patch, yeah. And they removed like the last 7 levels because the first one became unbeatable.
Right.
The other thing I've been playing, I've actually been playing a lot of Dirty Bomb as well, who was a sponsor a few weeks ago. I finally broke down and installed
What's your class?
So you pick 3 different characters. So far, I'm liking the medic the most.
Okay, you're jacking it. Got it.
Just again, like most of the time.
All right. Is he really?
Okay.
Most of the time, it's like easiest to get points. You just like drop down a healing station. You're like, all right, I'm not gonna fight anyone. I'm just gonna sit here. oh, the fight's moved somewhere else. I'll pick up my kit and go and follow them and just drop it down.
Sounds like the laziest game
yeah,
player
it sounds
ever.
like you're not even playing the game.
So
Yeah, it's
it
awesome.
sounds
It's
like
called
No,
Waiting,
it's
the
like
simulator.
I'm playing a different game.
No, you're playing your own game.
Right. It's like I'm not good at shooting in PvP at other people, but I can support someone else who's good at shooting other people.
But it doesn't sound like you're even doing that. It's like, I'm not good at shooting other people. I can wait in a hole somewhere. Nailed it.
Near people who are good.
Okay, oh
and
yeah, no,
if they
of
get
course.
hurt, I fix them.
Of course.
It's good. We have a good like symbiotic relationship.
Huh.
They do all the killing, I do all the healing.
I like the idea that you're in the middle of the war zone, just like, oh, bandit? Yep, cool. Okay. Got that. All covered. You guys good? You guys good?
Now, does it disappear if
Just
you die?
wait.
I forget.
So once you deploy it,
Yeah.
you have like a cooldown to wait for it to come back out, or you can pick it back up and use it again immediately. If you die, it stays there for a little while, I think, until you respawn.
So you could be out there on the front lines, meshing it up.
But you're not.
No.
Yeah, he's
Mixing
playing his
it
own
up.
game.
I'm right behind the front line. Like in the grand scheme of things, if you were to zoom out, it would look like I'm right at the front line. It's
Why
the
do you
same
even
thing.
have a gun?
Right, like in the grand scheme of things, it's right there.
I mean,
like
yeah, if you're
you're-
using the Google
You
map.
pla- yeah, you've planned for like the Google Maps snapshot that they're taking of this game.
You gotta look from a macro level. You can't get
Ah.
like way down in the mundane.
That's just like, what are you doing? You're like, I'm almost on the front lines, baby. I'm waiting in this hole. I'm playing me. I'm playing me right now.
Play me the way I want to do
Now,
it.
do you stay close to it, or you just go back into a building in the back?
No, I stay close to it because I want to be healed too.
From what?
In case I get shot.
Did you stub your toe while you're back there?
You don't know. The thing's heavy. Like, oh, my arm's sore. Oh, hey, cool. Much better.
Aren't you carrying it around if it's not down?
Yeah.
See, how would you hurt yourself?
'Cause it's straining,
he's
like
carrying
deploying
it,
it.
yeah.
But it's fixing
those
you.
are-
It's a healing
Right,
station.
that's why I stay by it.
Ryan, those are heavy, okay? You're going to get all kinds
But
of
it
muscle fatigue.
fixes you
Yeah.
magically.
Yeah.
Helping and hurting.
Look, you people don't understand me.
So you must have played. You're asking like
I
what
played,
class?
yeah. I played. I didn't actually get to take part in the Let's Play recorded because I think that was over one of the times I was gone. But I did play beforehand, so I played a lot of the guy that had the artillery strikes because I had fun with that one. I was not a good shot in that game. I didn't play it long enough to really develop good aim. But I can hit people with artillery, sure. On a macro level,
You're
it really does a lot of damage.
Touche. So I started that sentence and immediately forgot what I was going to say. You talked about the artillery guy.
All right. Do you have a concussion?
I might.
What are the
worried about
signs?
it.
Does anybody know?
Are you tired?
Yeah. Then I might just have a case of RTX.
Do you taste celery in the back of your throat?
Wait, is that a thing?
No, but I wish I did.
No, it's not really.
Oh, okay.
He's just coming up to see what you say yes to.
Fuck the artillery guy. Oh, I had something really good to say. Just imagine I said something really funny. All right, there we go.
Oh, you guys are
card.
good at that.
We had some good news, or some big news that happened last week, which is the announcement. After the announcement of the announcement, we got the actual announcement of the World of Warcraft expansion, Legion.
Legion.
We haven't talked about it yet.
I'm super.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Of course, didn't they also announce they lost 1.5 million users?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, but Legion.
There
They're
was
down
that.
to 5-something million, 5-point-something million.
Yeah, so then immediately they're like, you know what happens every time we
5.6.
release an expansion is people subscribe again, so let's just do that.
And this one looks, I mean, have you guys seen it? Anybody?
There was like a very quick teaser, right? It was like a minute long.
Well, you can watch the full unveiling, which is like an hour long. So they kind of go through
Wow.
everything. It was at Gamescom this week. It looks really great. I was asking my mom. She was like, oh my God, the lore is so great because, oh my gosh, the Blood Elves has so much history with the Illidari. And I'm like, whoop, like right over my head. Thanks, Mom.
do you feel
We'll
about
have my
that
mom on the
impression?
know next week talking about the expansion. But it looks really, really cool.
Are
They have
they
like
doing-
new character class that are demon hunters, which it looks
Really?
looks
A demon
nice.
hunter?
Nice Diablo crossover.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this sounds familiar. And you can only be Mama Blood Elf and a Night Elf to be it? Yeah, so to be a demon hunter. So you have to pick that race to be that character class.
Damn, we should have a fifth mic up here.
I know, right? Walk us through the expansion.
And the level cap is raised to 110.
110.
Yeah.
And
So-
they're going to have a beta this year.
Gus, you play World of Warcraft. You play World of Warcraft. Ryan, do you play it at all?
I played some
Okay.
for a while.
We'll just be over here then.
Hang out.
Not playing it.
Aw, this could be your time,
Ever.
Ashley. Join
Nope.
the fight.
I have not, I was really excited about the most recent expansion pack, and I purchased it and I downloaded it
Warlords of Draenor.
and I installed it, but I still haven't launched it.
Really?
Fair enough. Like, because now the problem is when I go to the Battle.net launcher, I'm only going to say this because we don't have alcohol here. I see Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm there. It's like, and I immediately get sidetracked. It's like, oh, I want to play, no, Hearthstone, there it is. And I just start playing that.
Well, the games that are longer time commitments, it really takes a little bit more to work up to it.
Yeah.
I mean, like you can drop a couple hours, or probably, I would imagine less than an hour in Hearthstone very easily.
Oh yeah, like I always worry. It's like if I sit down and start playing a game, are my dogs going to ask to go outside? Like even Heroes of the Storm, which is like a 20-minute commitment. I'd be like, should I let my dogs out now? Am I going to get in the middle of something and they want to go?
Yeah, like are they just like, do you just want to get them a revolving door maybe?
Not that I also own a dog. You own dogs.
I have 3.
Everyone but Ashley again. Wow, no World of Warcraft and no dogs.
Cats over here, what's up?
They poop in a box.
I don't know. They like to go out sometimes. I like to let them out. They're spoiled. Get off my case.
Hey, no one here is judging you. It's okay.
Everyone's judging.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make you feel better.
Did you hear how great that one fake laugh was, and then all the other ones have been like significantly less? Yeah. They're all judging you.
They're all judging. Yeah. So I hate to admit this. So I can play Heroes of the Storm on my MacBook Air. It's my little laptop, and usually I'll play on that just because it's light, it's portable. And sometimes my dogs have asked to go outside while I'm playing, and I'll like unplug my MacBook Air from power and then like carry it outside and sit on my porch and continue playing.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, I think that's perfectly reasonable.
I feel weird. It's like, do your
they
doggy
don't need
powers.
To be monitored.
Steal your powers from each other. Well, I gotta pick up after them.
You do you not have
do you
a
have
yard?
A yard?
I guess you.
I'm not an animal. I'm not gonna leave dog shit in my yard.
That's where dogs shit, in a yard.
Not in mine. I mean, that's where they do, but then it doesn't stay there.
You and Gavin should move in together.
It'd be the dream. I saw Gavin this morning, or not even this morning. It was probably around noon. He looked rough.
Well, make sure you let him know.
I think he drank a little bit last night.
Hey man, you look like shit today. It was what happened?
I didn't say it to his face. I waited to hear till there were cameras and there's people watching. Yeah, you look
absolutely.
like shit.
Yeah, you got home late last night.
He did. I think we all did, but he looked definitely worse for the wear. I offered him a drink and he said no. He's normally not one to turn it down. I had to turn one down earlier because of my concussion.
Yeah, you should probably get that checked out.
No, I'm good.
We can go tandem hospital trips.
No more trips for you.
Yeah, no more trips or falls. Thank you.
RTX is harsh on you guys.
Yeah. That means you two are next. It's like Final Destination. With like mildly annoying injuries.
But like, man.
I stubbed my toe really hard a minute ago.
Don't lie. You can't lie to fate about whether or not you're going to die.
Sure you can. You just have to be really convincing.
Like,
I was on that plane. Don't get me.
Well, that was like the premise of the first movie, right?
Right,
like,
he was on a plane, and then every single time they started a new thing on planes where they'll go like, okay, we are, the doors have closed, so if you did want to get off the plane, you have lost the option to do so. Like they've started like a new line, or like, we're about to close the doors, so anybody who would like to get off the plane, this is your last chance to do so. Stop telling me it's my last chance, because I feel like I'm like, they didn't say that before. This is my Devon Sawa moment. I'm going to go down with this ship. So I don't like that. Not into the Final Destination BS.
It's all right. He went back in time, right? Like he was flying, and then the plane exploded,
right,
and then he was like, we haven't taken off yet. And then he
but
got
like, what is a real vision? You know what I mean? Like, if you just think about it, is that supposed to be your vision? As someone who has anxiety, Final Destination was like, shit, is this my moment? No. Shit, is this my moment? No.
You would have hated one trip I took way back. Oh God, I think it was in early college where, and it's subtle detail, but like, I went up to the ticket counter, got my ticket, and normally they wish you well, they say have a nice trip. This woman was like, goodbye. It gets better. So I go, and this is a tiny little...
That feels honest.
It does.
Let's be real. Nobody gives a shit about your trip.
You signed off of AOL
I don't know what's going to happen to you after you leave, standing in front of my counter, but I go outside, and this is one of those, I'm at a smaller airport, so it's one you have to walk up the stairs of the plane itself, and the name of the plane was the Challenger.
Aww. Oh. Never forget.
And then water started leaking on my head before we took off. So
why didn't you get off the plane?
He's fine. He's right here.
I know. You know what? There was actually a thread on Reddit once upon a time that was like, what do you do if you have anxiety about flying? What do you do to like calm yourself? And this one person said that they imagine their future self when they sit down on the plane before it takes off. They imagine themselves landing and then sending themselves in the past a message that's like, hey, dude, everything was great. Don't worry about your flight. And then when they land, they like take a second to think about sending that message in the past, so they always do that. It is the most like BS thing to do. I do it every time. But I do this thing where like I think about a couple different sentences, and then when I land, I can't remember which sentence I landed on, and I'm like, oh, I've screwed up the system. It's gonna come and get me.
The reception from my future me is so bad.
No, you just have to try each of them. One will get through.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the other calls might get dropped, but one's gonna make it.
One's gonna make it. Absolutely. So if you ever see me on a plane and I'm just kind of staring up, I'm sending my future self a message from the past me.
You're sending your future.
Yeah, my future self
it works both
a message.
To send a message back.
Right.
Yes. You sound like a lunatic.
Well, whatever. That and Ativan, it works.
I've never had really much of a problem flying. Only once did I ever get nervous partway through a flight. It was like, of course, over the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I just ended up locking myself in the bathroom. And
Really?
And like having an internal argument, like, I'm really freaking out. And then the other side of my brain's like, you're fine, you're on a plane, you do this all the time. It's like, no, something's wrong. Like, no, nothing's wrong. That was like a lunatic. Like, I was basically talking to myself in the bathroom.
Sometimes you have to talk yourself down.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm the only one who's like, oh, that's fine. That happens. Yep, I am the only one. I check in. No, it's just me.
I've made other people nervous flying.
We could never fly together.
No, it's
Were you trying to light your shoe, or?
No, this is I felt really terrible about this because I wasn't even doing anything bad. But once I was on a flight in Australia and I had my Kindle, which, as you guys know, you turn off a Kindle and the screen doesn't go away. It just goes into like a sleep screen and it's off for
That's
all
not true.
intents and purposes. It's like
No,
you
hold the switch.
No one's gonna do
Do
that.
you not know this?
You put it to sleep.
It's like putting it in standby. It's like
You
it's
hold
like
it,
closing
it goes
the
off.
lid of your laptop. It's just as off as
It's
that.
still on.
And also that Kindles don't use power unless you're switching pages anyway. So I've been reading.
Bitch. She's like.
But I've been reading my Kindle, and but then we had to take off, so I closed it and put in my thing. And I was flying with a coworker at the time who was a nervous flyer, and she's like, "Did you turn it off?" I'm like, "Well, that's what closing it does. It just sort of like deactivates."
Oh, so you had the exact same argument.
Pretty much. Pretty much. And then because then there was a little old lady next to us, like a 9-year-old lady who had no idea what the fuck a Kindle was, let alone probably electricity. And and she got super nervous about it. And then she calls a flight attendant over, and I had to explain the mechanics of Kindle to like the entire flight and be like, the thing is fucking off. Just get on your way.
They called a flight attendant
yes!
over?
To be like, can you make sure it's off? And I was like, this is how this works. Look at this. And they were like, just don't open it until we're, on the flight. Okay. And I was like, that's what I was doing. I put it in the seat back pocket. Seriously, nervous flyers, you need to just chill.
Oh. You can just turn off your damn Kindle. How about that?
Oh, bitch.
I'm going to read a Kindle every time we travel.
You can have them on now. Kindles are okay.
Now you can do pretty much anything.
I leave my phone on every time, too. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's absolute bullshit. I fully leave it on.
Wait, so you're a nervous flyer and you leave your own shit on?
You're a monster.
I mean, I'm a lazy, nervous flyer.
If I wasn't so lazy, I'd be really terrified right now.
This is great, by the way, how we're talking about fear of flight in front of a room full of people who may have flown to get here.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
Man, this flight is ridiculous,
Who's
right?
going to send themselves a message from the future past?
flew?
Yeah.
Hands up, who flew?
Nailed it.
It's not that many.
You'll be
solid
fine.
2% are going to be sending themselves messages later.
Statistically, you guys are going to be set. It's great.
Should we, I mean, we're about 45 minutes in at this point. Do you want to do
really?
any questions or any
Yeah, let's
Q&A?
do that.
Yeah. So I think there's a mic over there if anybody has, and there's another one over here.
Cool.
Any video game or video game news related questions, or you want to know our
know
opinions?
more
Or
than I do.
anything about flight.
Yeah.
We got that covered.
Wow.
Pugs.
Got anything you're afraid of? You want to get off your chest?
Well, there's a lot of people in line.
See,
we
we
don't.
should have done this earlier.
Yeah, we should. I wasn't thinking about it. I was just talking.
I didn't realize we'd gone 45
We
minutes.
pretty much just went from being like a patch to just talking.
About
That's what
airplanes,
happened.
yes. Well, there was some pug butt sniffing in there.
I was
Yeah,
going to
it's
say,
like
why don't
40
we
minutes
start?
ago.
Why don't we start with the Tower of Pimp shirt guy? But they're both.
Fight Fight to the death.
We'll go over there.
Over there. Oh, wait. Turn that mic on.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. I just wanted to know what your guys' thoughts were on the new Destiny DLC. If you had any, like, if you were excited for it, if you're just kind of done with.
He asked what our opinion on the Destiny DLC was, and I heard someone in the audience go, "Damn it!" Was it someone in line?
I love it's like that was my question, but like you're still getting the information you wanted, but like, oh, son of a bitch. R.I.P. Dinklebot. I feel bad about that part of the DLC, honestly.
I'll be really interested to see what kind of robot Nolan North decides to
and how people feel about it,
what
honestly.
What if he's worse?
Yeah, people might be, well, I think people are already hyped up for him to be
What if he's just like, hey, dude, shit's bad, man.
No way, you know that he's going to be like, hi. It's basically going to be Claptrap, like the robot.
Yeah. That wizard came from the moon.
If we can get that line back in there, it'll be worth it.
It's back in, I think.
It's back in.
What?
Yeah, they had that back in.
They put it back in like 3 weeks ago.
It, though, didn't he?
3 weeks ago.
No, they put it back in.
Did you still like, the wizard came from the moon?
No, it was like very boring.
It was
the
like,
one I used for my read.
that wizard came from the moon.
Yeah, the one I used for my read was like super bored.
Yeah. I think he lingered on moon a little more. That wizard came from the moon.
I love Peter Dinklage, and I'm sorry that you got recast, good sir. Hello.
It's a travesty.
Thank you.
I'll try it. It'll be interesting. I don't know. The last expansion didn't really capture my attention for that long, so they're still struggling to find a good way to put in-game in that game.
Definitely.
Or story.
They got Nolan North now.
It's just that they don't have time to tell you the story.
Yeah, they don't have time
to tell you why they don't have time.
Exactly.
What's up?
As we all know, Ryan's favorite game from the Patch Game Club is Hatful Boyfriend.
Of course.
Yes.
But what's the rest of your guys' favorite
games?
games?
He has a ceramic pigeon now.
I do. I need to bring it on
really?
Patch next time. Someone sent me a ceramic pigeon.
So, what's all of your guys' favorite games from the Patch Game Club?
My favorite one that we've picked so far, I'm totally biased, but The Unfinished Swan. I just love that game. It's so, so good.
What was the game? We had a really big disagreement. There was a game that I really liked that everyone else hated.
You mean Spooky's House of Horror?
That's it.
That was a great game.
Jump scares.
That was a great game.
Whatever.
I wasn't on that one.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You didn't miss much.
Spooky's House with the same room over and over and
No,
over again.
that's the whole point. So good.
It was an awesome game.
Yeah.
It's like walking through Tetris.
Awesome.
I'd probably say
Not
Ori.
awesome.
I liked Ori and the Blind Forest a lot.
Yeah, I would say that one too.
Yeah.
Which is
That's
getting DLC.
That's 'cause you've got good taste.
It's getting DLC.
So excited.
Yeah.
Surprise DLC.
Maybe we get to find out if Ori's dead or not. Spoiler!
Spoiler, we don't know something.
No, he's alive. He's alive. I'll never believe otherwise.
Sure.
What was your favorite, Ryan?
That was Ori.
Oh, Ori and the
Yeah.
Blind Forest.
The Unfinished One was good too.
Hi, Ashley
Hi.
and Meg. You guys are my favorite.
Yeah, suck it. Dude.
Right here.
Suck it, dude.
Jesus.
Still work? Yeah, we're good. Sorry.
But
Didn't really think it was going to be that severe.
how many hours do you think during the day do you spend actually playing games versus working on like the No or stuff for the patch?
That's the thing that sucks about like actually working in the industry is that you're like, oh, I'm finding out about all this super cool stuff that I have no time to play.
Absolutely.
You know,
if it's Patch Game Club day,
Yeah.
I mean, normally it's like, shit, I haven't done my homework.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to do it really quickly.
One of my favorite things about Game Club is it's like we have to be like, no. I have to take this time out. This is for work.
Yeah.
Because that way I at least get to play one game every week.
Yeah, and it's become my game. We used to have games for the patch that we would talk about, and that would be my one excuse to like go and play games and be like, I have to get this for the patch. Now that we have Patch Game Club, I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
Like I don't get to pick what the game is anymore that I get to play during the week.
Yeah, I'd say I get maybe 10 hours a week of game time, and that's so, like, I used to play like 40 hours a week.
It's funny to me, like the day before Game Club, everyone rushing to do their homework.
Yeah.
Like I'll be in the Let's Play room playing something, and someone will come in like, can I use your account to play the game? Like, I'm still playing it.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I didn't want to out you, but yeah, it was you.
No, wait, we discussed this in Game Club. I ended up accidentally interrupting your download of Rocket League or something because I was like, oh, you already have Unfinished One. Great. And just sat down and started using your PS4.
Yep. All right, what's up?
Hi, Ryan and Gus. You guys are my favorite.
Don't drop the mic. It makes a loud noise, and I'm worried about that.
But have any of you guys played the Rare Replay? And if so, what games? And will there be a game club about it?
We can put that in the cylinder. But
Which
the
one would you
cylinder
do, though?
decides.
Yeah, and the cylinder we keep mostly indie games-ish.
Oh,
yeah, we keep it kind of smaller games.
What we should do, we should put the Rare Replay in the cylinder. Then we should have a second, even smaller cylinder with just the games from the Rare Replay in it. So if we ever pull it, then we have to pull out the second cylinder.
So
Patrick's shaking his head at me. He hates me right now.
Yes.
And there's like even smaller balls in it.
Yes.
We just have a cup.
Yeah, it's just the tiny cup. We should use the Achievement Hunter cylinder once again for the
Oh, there
replay.
we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I never get flack from taking that from Jeff.
For all the one time that
I know.
used it.
He never even used it. He's like, really? You're taking the cylinder? Like,
It's a point of pride in there.
Someone
really
should
pulls
use it.
the room together.
But I haven't played it yet just because I've been busy, prepping for RTX. But it is on my list of things to play while I wait for Metal Gear Solid 5.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hey guys, I love all of you equally.
Oh, there we go.
All right, we get
Harmony.
And I was just wondering, with all the big releases coming out this year, what game are you guys most looking forward to?
Until Dawn. Oh. Yes. Like all the big releases of the ones nobody gives a shit about. Until Dawn, I'm really excited about. I'll be the one person like, midnight release, GameStop? Nope. All right, thanks. I'll be back in the morning. Yeah, well, me and one other person.
If anybody else pre-ordered it, raise your hand. I'm really curious.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Wow, look, there's at least two.
We're going to make so many bad decisions together.
10, 12.
What are you going drinking?
Yeah, well, it's all decision-based, like in the moment. I couldn't get through PT with the lights on and Gavin in the room. So I'm really excited about Until Dawn.
Let's be honest, if shit goes down, Gavin's not helping you.
Don't.
Gavin was the one who literally, the girl like shuts the bathroom door. That's like the first really monumental jump scare. And Gavin was like, can we stop?
Don't worry, I heard the enemy's animatronic. You'll be fine.
It's really hard to say. I feel like I always lose track of the fall calendar and like the holiday release schedule until probably early to mid-September when the initial ones start.
Yeah.
So far, I mean, I keep saying Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain just because that's the next big one on my list. Beyond that, I don't know.
Fallout 4,
yet.
obviously. I mean, we're all
yeah,
going to say Fallout 4.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
And Halo.
I warned,
Fallout 4.
when Fallout 4 got announced, I warned Esther. I told her, like, listen, I don't know if you remember when we first got married, Fallout 3 came out, and you didn't see me for a while. I said, when Fallout 4 comes out, I'm just going to like take time off from work, and I'm going to camp myself. I'm just going to be an oily stain on the couch for like a month playing the game.
What if one of your dogs needs to go out? What will you do?
Then get a revolving door then. But then Esther said, how is that any different than what you normally do?
Oh. Wow.
And I was like,
and now we're in therapy.
Fair play.
No, I'm just kidding.
But she's right.
When was the Unravel come out?
I don't know.
Unravel? Which
That's
was that?
that's the PlayStation one they showed. They announced at E3. It's like Yarn.
Anything
right.
announce at E3 is like, you'll see it sometime next decade. Really.
Unless it's
Fallout 4.
Unless it's Fallout 4.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm all like the heart eyes emoji now about Fallout 4 and about Bethesda after that conference.
That was a great conference.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
We're waiting to see when Unravel comes out.
We should keep going. If I find a date.
Right.
This might be directed more towards Gus. If you're such a Blizzard fan, have you tried any Legacy of the Void yet?
I have not. So my plan right now is I actually just recently reinstalled StarCraft 2 because leading up to, I already pre-purchased it, but leading up to Legacy of the Void, I want to replay the entire campaign to get like a refresher and experience it. But I have not seen it. Do they have a release date on that yet?
No, but the beta just came out recently.
Yeah, I'm probably going to avoid that. Just I want to save it. I don't want to get sucked into that. But I know invariably I'm just going to go to the Battle.net launcher and just go right back to Hearthstone.
Looks like it's a 404 on UnravelGame.com. So
cool. No one needs to know
Never
that.
coming
down.
out.
Hail King Ryan.
Thank you.
You all, what is your favorite classes
It's
to
y'all.
play?
Y'all.
What are your favorite classes to play in video games?
Medic, obviously. Near the front line.
You happen to
Frontline
just get
adjacent.
Yeah, you get like the medals that everybody else gets, but you didn't really earn it.
Yeah. I feel like that holds true though. Like even World of Warcraft, I played every class, but I think healer was my favorite, and it's just fun to support someone else who's good at a game.
Oh, go ahead.
Go.
No, go.
Ladies first.
Oh, thank you. It's your turn. No, I'm just kidding. I'm always a rogue. If there's like a rogue of any sort, I am it. And in World of Warcraft, I tried to play a warlock, but I'd still be like in the battle, and Mom would be like, "You have a pet. Get the hell out of there." And I'm like, "I'm helping," and then I'm just dying because that's what rogues do. They're always like right in the battle. So if there's anything that I can do that's like has some mystical ability, but it can also like be in the battle and be up where the action is, not like a medic.
I'm battle adjacent. I'm action adjacent.
That's what I like to play.
Usually either stealth or ranged, so archer or a rogue class.
I do both. If I get the chance, I'm always a thief archer. I have no qualms about killing people before they know I'm there.
Yeah, I just really don't want you to know I'm behind you until I'm behind you stabbing you.
Right.
Thank you all, and hope you have a wonderful RTX.
Thank you.
Thank you. MK Ultra, what
hey,
up?
how's it going? Hey.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Again.
Yeah. So I was wondering, if you could take 2 different games and like mash them into one really epic game, what would it be?
Fallout 4 and Fallout 3.
You sure you don't want butt-sniffing pugs in there somewhere?
No, we're going indie. No, maybe Papers, Please, too. Butt-sniffing Papers, Please.
Yeah.
Come on, let me see your butt. Show me your butt.
That's a hard one to answer because I feel like so many indie games now, especially like the Steam Greenlight and Early Access, kind of covered that. Because I would say like crafting in space, but there's already several titles that kind of do that, like Space Engineers, and there's the new one that's really huge, which I can't remember the name of, which is it's almost like No Man's Sky in the sense that it's planet to space, but it's also a crafting type game. So pretty much everything I thought up has already happened somewhere out there.
I have to agree. I feel like Titan Souls really nailed it. It's like a Zelda game, but it's also like Shadow of the Colossus, and those are 2 huge, amazing titles to smash into one, and it's so frustrating, but also it's really pretty and fun. So Titan Souls is a great game.
I like to see like Diablo or something as a side scroller.
Side-scrolling Diablo. What
like a hack and slash side scroller.
Yeah.
Like a Castlevania.
I'm trying to think of one.
Castlevania would kind of like that. Yeah.
It would be like more enemies and like more loot.
Like Super Ghosts and Ghouls and Diablo. All right, well, just
all right, well, maybe you actually found one that didn't exist. There you go.
Sweet.
Well, we have about 3 minutes left. I don't know if you want to do that other thing.
Yeah. Well, maybe one more question?
All right, one more question.
Sorry,
everyone else. This is it.
Hey. We can do a lightning round.
We do a lightning round? All right, stay there.
If you have like really quick questions.
Fast. We're going lightning.
Hey, so I really enjoy all of you on the podcast, but I was just wondering if you ever wanted to bring in new blood from the company, like anybody else. That I don't.
I'm always looking to do that because these people are inconsistent on whether they show up or not.
Awesome, thank you.
Ryan
I'm totally there all the time.
Ryan really just wants blood.
How do you feel about Dishonored 2?
Yay.
The reveal trailer, I did not like Dishonored 1. The reveal trailer for Dishonored 2 made me want to go back and play Dishonored 1, which I'm going to do.
One had some cool ideas. Rat hordes are really neat and should be explored further.
But you should never do ghosts and...
Is it like a rat king?
Yeah, you can like make people, like rat hordes eat other people.
Oh, it's super cool.
And they'll kill you
I haven't played Dishonored yet, but I want to now.
You should never do the invisible, like the don't kill anyone and don't be seen achievements on your first run through. That'll destroy the game.
No fun.
Nailed it.
I just want to know, where should we go get dinner?
Torchies.
No, not down here.
I've had Torchies before.
You should go to Easy Tiger.
Easy Tiger?
Yeah, really good.
Nice.
I don't know. All right. Next.
Beyond Eyes for Patch Game Club.
Beyond Eyes.
Oh,
we should. In this. I think it's in the cylinder.
I think it is in there.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Thanks.
First, thank you for getting me into the Dresden Files, Ashley and Ryan.
I
read it in a month.
That is actually what I'd like to see crossover into like Diablo style. I had this super weird dream about Dresden Files, but in the Diablo engine, and I thought that'd be amazing.
You see the Jim Butcher, he's sidelining. He's doing another series where he's doing another Dresden book.
Cheating on us.
We need a book club.
Actual question, are there any plans to do like a podcast Let's Play with the Patch folks?
We absolutely
we keep trying to do it. We tried to do it for Don't Starve. We had everybody but Ryan.
But then Ryan wasn't available.
My schedule
so
was messed up on
inconsistent.
that one. I wanted to do that one really bad, too.
But yes.
Yes.
All right. How much time do we have? I think
Not
we got
much.
to do the thing.
We're good. Go.
All right.
Two more.
Please. Okay. Gus, this is for you. Once Inspire comes out for Hearthstone, what class are you gonna play?
I don't know. Someone asked me that earlier today. I'm sorry. I haven't put enough thought into that.
Mage is gonna be awesome. Just so you know.
I'll try it.
Gus, have you been challenged to Hearthstone so far at RTX?
I haven't, oddly enough.
Can I challenge you tomorrow at the podcast?
I have to look at my schedule. Ask me about it once we're done with the podcast.
Cool.
All right.
All right, and then Meg has something. Oh, okay.
All right.
That'll work.
Okay. Yeah, it's right up there.
Good.
All right.
Is there any particular genre of game you prefer to play for Game Club?
For Game Club? No, we're pretty open to anything for Game Club.
Yeah,
that we want to do or that we try to do?
Like, if you consider indie to be a genre, that's what we tend to.
Do you prefer FPSs or platformers?
I think we'll play just about anything.
I like the variety. I think the fact that we can play a bunch of different stuff is what makes it fun.
Oh, I know you guys primarily play PC and stuff, but what's your favorite console of all time?
Favorite
of
console?
All time?
Yes, of all time.
Have to pick one console. You're on a desert island, and yet you have power and a console.
SNES.
Yeah?
All right. God, that's such a killer lineup. That console was a beast in how long it lasted. And the way all of those different games, it was absolutely amazing.
For me to be 360.
360?
I hope you have fun with it for a couple months till it red rings.
I red ringed 2 consoles in one day.
Damn. You got the death touch for a 360 console.
Actually, it was Oblivion that did it.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Fallout 3 killed mine. So, yeah.
It does to kill in our consoles.
They really do. I keep moving forward. I like to stay. I'm going to go with Xbox One. Even though it's geeky in some ways.
We got it up?
You guys got signal back there? I don't know where the
All
tech
right.
takes.
Oh, I guess we're watching a thing.
All right.
This is the premiere of the free play teaser.
Premiere of the free play
Play
teaser.
with the mic.
Yes!
That was a good mouth.
Oh, yeah. We'll be here Wednesday and Friday, keeping you up to date on what's happening in the world of video games.
Got the first shell. Oh, throwing in some jumps.
Entertainment.
Got to give it a good shove.
Oh, yes! Of course, everything we're doing here at Rooster Teeth.
And the new site, I'm going to delete your email later.
There will be debates.
I guess that's the good thing about dating a Jedi, though. You can just be like, oh, Force choke me. Force choke.
There will be news. Today, halfway there, girl.
Just knock them all out.
I can't find shit. Oh, God.
Thanks for coming out, everyone.
Thank you so much. Sorry.